We've all met those people who seem to have a hidden agenda, right? Today, let's dive deep and unearth 15 manipulation techniques narcissists secretly employ. Excited to be one step ahead? Stick around and together we'll reveal their tactics. Number 1. Gaslighting. Distorting reality. Have you ever felt like someone was playing tricks with your mind, making you doubt what you know to be true? Let's dive right into one of the most sinister techniques in a narcissist's playbook: gaslighting. Picture this. You're driving on a foggy night, and suddenly, the road signs start changing their messages. You're certain you saw a stop sign a moment ago, but now it's pointing you in a different direction. Confusing, isn't it? That's how the victims of gaslighting feel. The narcissist will deny, distort, and often twist the truth to make you question your own reality. They'll say things like, "you're remembering it wrong," or "you're too sensitive." Over time, this creates a deer-in-headlights sensation where you're paralyzed, doubting your own memories and judgments. But why would they do this? Well, it's a power play. If they can control your perception of reality, they control you. Now, let's consider how we can combat this. Awareness is your best friend. Always trust your instincts and seek perspectives from trusted friends or family. They'll often give you the reality check you need. Number 2. Love bombing. The illusion of affection. Imagine someone showering you with roses every day. It's flattering, right? But then they start demanding you to water each rose every hour to prove your gratitude. Exhausting and unrealistic. This is love bombing. Narcissists use excessive affection and attention as bait, setting you up on a pedestal. But here's the catch. Once you're hooked, they'll often pull back and use your desire for that initial affection to control and manipulate you. By creating an emotional dependency, they hold the reins of the relationship. But you might wonder, how can you differentiate genuine connection from this facade? The answer lies in consistency. True love and care are steady, not sporadic or conditional. If someone's behavior feels like a roller coaster, chances are it's more about control than affection. Number 3. Triangulation. Undermining through jealousy and insecurity. Has someone you cared about ever randomly brought a third person into your relationship dynamic, sparking jealousy or insecurity? Well, that's triangulation at work. By pitting you against another person or making you feel like you have to compete for their attention, the narcissist aims to destabilize you, ensuring they remain the focal point. Furthermore, by making you insecure, they get to play the role of the comforter, reinforcing your dependence on them. Sneaky, isn't it? Number 4. Silent treatment. The weapon of isolation. Instead of addressing issues or concerns, a narcissist will shut down, ignoring you and isolating you emotionally. This isn't about taking a moment to cool down, it's simply about control. By depriving you of communication, they're essentially saying, "I'll decide when we talk." This can lead to anxiety, frustration, and a desperate need to appease them. The key is to remember your worth. You deserve open communication. Make it known that respectful and open communication is a non-negotiable aspect of your interactions. Doing so sets the tone for how you expect to be treated. Number 5. Projection. Playing the blame game. You know that feeling when you're getting blamed for something you know deep down isn't your fault, but somehow you're still painted as the bad guy? That's projection. Narcissists frequently use this technique to project their own unfavorable characteristics, feelings, and behaviors onto others. They confuse their targets by doing this, deflecting attention from their own actions. It also acts as a defense mechanism for them. By shifting the blame, they shield their fragile ego and maintain their self-perceived perfection. Over time, you may start doubting yourself, questioning if maybe you are at fault. To tackle this, work on developing a strong sense of self-awareness so that you can distinguish between what is true and what is an attempt to manipulate you. Number 6. Guilt tripping. Using empathy against you. Guilt tripping is often done to get the other person to do something they might not want to do or to control their behavior. The guilt tripper uses emotional manipulation to play on the feelings of guilt, responsibility, or obligation that the target might have. They make you feel responsible for their happiness, emotions, or sometimes even their mistakes, making it increasingly difficult for you to make decisions freely. To protect yourself, set clear boundaries and practice asserting yourself. You shouldn't be manipulated into compromising your well-being for someone else's agenda. Number 7. Hoovering. Sucking you back in. Named after the vacuum cleaner, hoovering is an attempt to suck you back into a narcissist's world of control after you've made any attempt to distance yourself. It's like a calculated game of emotional chess with promises of transformation or displays of affection used as pawns. The key to tackling this one lies in unwavering determination. Ground yourself in the reasons that led you to step away initially. Reflect on the negative patterns you encountered and remind yourself why you chose to set boundaries. Number 8. Smear campaigns. Attacking your reputation. To increase your dependence on them or to isolate you from the people around you, the narcissist may spread half-truths or outright lies about you, ensuring you appear as the villain and they are perceived as sweet and innocent. But here's the thing, guys. Truth has a way of surfacing. In the face of a smear campaign, nurturing a robust support network becomes your anchor. Surround yourself with those who truly understand your character, values, and worth. Open communication with friends, family, and colleagues is your armor. It demystifies the cloud of misinformation and replaces it with honesty. Dealing with the aftermath of a smear campaign can be emotionally taxing, so you may also consider seeking professional help to navigate the situation. Experts provide a safe space for processing the impact of manipulation and can guide you toward healing and growth. Number 9. Financial manipulation. Stealing your independence. Picture your finances as a flowing river, ensuring you move smoothly through life. Now, imagine someone building a dam, controlling the water flow. This is what financial manipulation looks like. Narcissists may try to control shared assets, run up debts in your name, or even withhold money to ensure you're financially dependent on them. By holding financial power, they ensure you're tethered to them, making it harder for you to leave or make independent decisions. To protect yourself, always prioritize your financial independence. Maintain control over your finances and make decisions that align with your long-term goals. Avoid joint ventures or financial arrangements that could compromise this autonomy. Educate yourself about financial matters and seek advice from trustworthy sources. If you find yourself in a situation where financial manipulation is at play, seek legal and financial counsel to safeguard your interests. Number 10. Emotional exploitation. Playing upon feelings. Narcissists are adept at exploiting emotions to gain sympathy and compliance. They will use your fears, dreams, insecurities, and even your joys against you, often turning them into weapons to further their agenda and create a cycle of control. To guard against this, always ensure you share your feelings with those who truly respect and value them. Your emotions are sacred, and anyone who uses them against you doesn't deserve to access them. Number 11. False promises. The web of deception. You will often find narcissists make grand promises, setting up high expectations. But when it comes time to deliver, they fall short, leaving you disillusioned and doubting. They use these promises to manipulate you into meeting their demands, creating a sense of obligation. By dangling the carrot of potential happiness or commitment, they keep you invested and hopeful. If you want to avoid such people, try maintaining realistic expectations and being cautious of individuals who consistently make extravagant commitments. Trust your intuition. If something sounds too good to be true, it likely is. Number 12. Isolation, emotional imprisonment. Ever felt cut off from friends, family, or your support systems even when they're just a call away? That's a narcissist's tactic of emotional imprisonment at play. They employ subtle tactics such as sowing doubts about loved ones, creating conflicts, or monopolizing your time, all in hope of cutting you off from external support. So why do they do this? Well, it ensures reliance. If you're isolated, you become more dependent on the narcissist for emotional sustenance. You're left in a vulnerable state where their influence reigns supreme. Breaking free requires conscious effort. Maintain and nurture external connections and trust your instincts if you feel like someone's trying to isolate you. Number 13. Boundary violations. Crossing the line. Everyone has their own boundaries, and you know how important it is to respect those. However, The same unfortunately cannot be said for narcissists. Whether it's physical space, emotional boundaries, or your personal beliefs, they often feel entitled to override them, asserting dominance and control. When confronted with violations, address them immediately and firmly. Enforce consequences if necessary, reinforcing the idea that your boundaries are non-negotiable. Number 14. Selective amnesia. Forgetting accountability. Selective amnesia is like a strategic dance of forgetting that narcissists perform to their benefit. It's as if they erase certain conversations or promises from their memory, making it impossible to argue against them. The art of documentation becomes your sword and shield so that you can resist this manipulation. Keep a record of important discussions and agreements in writing. To create a digital trail, choose written communication methods such as emails or text whenever possible. When discrepancies arise, these records transform into unbiased evidence that keeps conversations grounded in reality. Holding manipulators accountable with tangible proof chips away at their ability to rewrite history, bolstering your credibility and confidence. Number 15. Moral high ground. Acting superior. Ever noticed how a narcissist, no matter the situation, always seems to act as if they're on a higher ethical pedestal than everyone else? That, my friend, is their attempt to claim the moral high ground. Picture this. You're climbing a mountain, putting in hard work and dedication. But just as you're nearing the top, someone's already there, loudly proclaiming they've achieved it first, even if their route was questionable. This imagery captures the essence of someone who continuously touts their perceived moral superiority, often undermining or belittling others in the process. It's all about maintaining a sense of superiority and control. By positioning themselves as ethically superior, narcissists aim to silence opposition, dodge accountability, and validate their actions, no matter how questionable. Their claim to the moral high ground often becomes their shield against criticism. Having unveiled their devious tactics, it's time to discover their hidden fears, or the phrases that make them think twice. Dive deeper and stay empowered. If you found this enlightening, don't forget to like, share your thoughts, and keep growing with us.